Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and American Carnage, issue number 3. I feel like this comic book, instead of having cool covers on the front, should just have a big warning on the front saying, warning, if you do not do well in confrontation and situations that you don't think that, go your way and you're just basically a total, I don't know, puss, maybe consider not buying this book. Just saying, but So let's get into the worst part about this book. The worst part of the book is we got to wait until February 20th for the next issue to come out. The best part of the book, well, first let's get into who actually made the book. So we got American Carnage. This issue is called Fury. Brian Hill does the story. Leandro Fernandez does the art. Dean White does the color. Pat Brousseau does the letters. Ben Oliver does the cover. There is no variant cover for this, which would explain why I only saw this book by itself. And American Carnage was, of course, created by Brian Hill and Leandro Fernandez. So Richard, as I may have mentioned, finds himself in a really messed up situation. All right, he has to either kill this dude or get himself killed. The situation kind of changed a little bit because he's like, I'm not trying to get myself in trouble with the cops and blah, 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 blah. So they're like, hey, man, this guy was selling pills to a white woman. And I think they actually said white lady, which that sounds like something people would say. She's taking pills, but she's a lady. Hey, man, I ain't trying to get into drug addictions because I know an awful lot of vets who are addicted to medication. I also know of non-vets who are addicted to different medications also because freaking Big Pharma sucks. But that's not what these guys in here want to fight against. They want to fight against somebody because black, white, and blah, 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 blah. So they give him a different option. Billy gives Richard a different option. Fine. Either I shoot you and you die, I will put a bullet or 6 into you, or you can break his arm. So now I'm thinking to myself, because mind you, I like to put myself into the protagonist's position here. So, and mind you, Richard is going down a path where I believe that I can't follow Annie. Star Wars, shut up. So, it's harder and harder to associate this guy as a hero. Because mind you, he chose to put himself into this and other situations like this. One of the reasons why he is so qualified for this position is because he wanted to go undercover. Because in his opinion, he's been undercover his entire life. And that's believable. That's facts, So I'm thinking, I'm putting myself into Richard's shoes. And I'm thinking to myself, break the arm of a pill pusher who happen to sell pills to a white lady. I don't care about that stuff. Or get bullets in me. Bullets in me? Break the arm of a drug dealer. Bullets in me? I'm thinking to myself, I'm going to break this dude's arm. I'm just saying. I'm thinking about breaking this guy's arm. I'll do some mea culpas afterwards. I still got some Catholic stuck in me. And yeah, man. But then Richard's fortune turns in a very John Constantine way, I must say, because like fortune favors him, but it's going to jack up somebody else. So this drug dealer, he grabs Billy's gun because Billy's a jackass, and he shoots Billy. And Billy's all like, there's a bullet in me. I thought I was a tough guy, but this little tiny bullet just kicked my ass. And I don't want to hear it. No. Dude had the favor on his side. You had the hand cannon, and then you gave up the hand cannon. Because you stupid. So much for that superior race thing. I know it's fiction. Calm down, peeps. I should put a freaking warning at the beginning of my videos here. Anyway, so this drug dealer shoots Billy, and then, as you would, I guess, expect in hindsight, he turns the gun on the guy who was saying, no, thank you. See, you got to remember, you got to always keep this in mind. If you've ever had a situation where adrenaline is just feeding you and you can't massive amounts of adrenaline shut you off and make you highly focused. The question is, what are you focused on? So you're focused on Billy and Richard because they're the ones involved in this conversation. All the other guys who just beat you up, Okay? That's different. Because you're just thinking, I'm being beaten up, curl up in a ball, and try not to get hit in the head. That's the smart play there. But when all of a sudden somebody pulls out a gun and says, now I'm going to shoot you, your adrenaline, it kicks in. You got about a good minute or so, maybe 30 seconds of just highly advanced focused. And in some way, shape, or form, you are going to either run really fast or punch something or lift something really heavy. Just, like you got that minute or so. And then, of course, you're going to be massively jacked up afterwards. But that's what adrenaline does. So right now, just like we don't focus on the other guys that are beating up on this dude before, this guy is not focused on those dudes. Billy and Richard are the only two people in this scenario right now. So he turns the gun, and he's already taken care of Billy. So now he turns the gun to Richard. Richard's the guy who was saying, leave the guy alone. I'm not doing this. I'm not shooting some guy. The police are going to come, blah, blah, in all the logical sense. But this dude's jacked on adrenaline, and this guy, Richard over here, was just told to take this gun and shoot this guy. Shoot me. Now I'm in the drug dealer's position, his shoes. So he's thinking to myself, I got to shoot this guy also because he's the other guy. There was supposed to be two people who were apparently supposed to be shooting me, according to this guy, just whatever. You get it? So he's not thinking logically. If anything, how many bullets you got in that gun? That looks like a 9-round clip. Consider turning on the other, 4 or 5 guys there, Maybe consider turning on them. I don't know. But don't shoot this guy. But massive amounts of adrenaline, not a whole lot you can do. Well, the situation turns as it does, and this guy winds up getting himself deaded. He's dead. He's in dead, not in debt. In dead. Shut up. The guy dies. All right. He's laying there. Sound like Rosie from the Jetsons. Remember that? And so now Richard does the smart thing, and he calls up, heck was her name? Lisa? Amy? Dumb broad? Jennifer. Calls up Jennifer. It's like, hey, Jen. So surprised I found that so quickly. So he calls up Jen. Hey, girl. So there's like a really bad thing going on here. She says, I'm going to send a cleaner. So I'm thinking like it's going to be the wolf. You know what I'm saying? From Pulp Fiction. Coolest cat in the face of the planet. Dude, I'm just saying, if I find myself with a dude's head blown off and freaking John Travolta next to me, and I'm in the red, I'm going in the red. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is, I want the wolf come and hang out with me. It has been a genuine honor, sir. The wolf was the coolest cat in the entire freaking show, all right? Okay, Pulp Fiction aside, the wolf doesn't show up. It's somebody else instead. It's a guy wearing an Obama mask. I thought this was so damn perfect. I thought that is the most perfect thing in the world. It's like freaking Obama mask dude shows up. So I don't know what his game is here. I guess it's kind of like, getting something over on Richard just in case. Sure, I trust you. But now that I've got this evidence that you just shot this guy, now I trust you a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? It's like, how do I trust you more? Like this or like this? So, yeah. They got him at the barrel of a gun forever now. And he winds up getting a rib broken because he's not stupid. He's not stupid, but this guy's a good fighter. Like, this dude just can't, he crossed a room. He crossed a room length and just, bah, hit him in the rib. Ooh, knocked him out quickly, put him in the sleeper hole. Anyway, so we're going to go on from there. On top of that, outside of Jennifer's house, the house gets shot up while Richard is there. He's about to wake up in a couple hours. The dad, who he's trying to get closer to, shows up and whatnot. And in my opinion, I think this is where it's going to be like, okay, we've got stuff on you now, so you're definitely a part of our organization, or else. We got dirt on all of our peeps, I'm just saying. So, before all that happens, though, the place gets shot up. And what the frig? And then there's a cross being burnt outside of the house. I thought that was only supposed to happen to, black people and Jewish people. What the frig? So the mystery thickens, and I'm talking thickens like fondue after it stops going over the fondue machine, and it's just like, it starts to congeal the cheese, and it's like thick, and then like you leave it out, and then it starts to turn colors, and then you freeze it, like you can't break the syrup. You get what I'm saying, right? You get what I'm saying, right? So I'm trying to have some fun with a very, very serious comic book here. This is sick. This is wild. This is wild. And yeah, this it's a shame, but I don't see why this comic book is controversial myself personally. Maybe I just had different circumstances when I grew up in life, but it's so funny. I look at this and I just think to myself, you know what? Thank God the people involved in this comic book had the foresight to put this comic book out in the winter time, because, you know, snowflakes melt if you apply any kind of heat. I'm not saying anything, I'm just saying. Anyway, fantastic comic book. The worst part about this comic book is when they say, final issue. I'm going to be mad. I'm going to be real mad. I might put on an Obama mask and punch somebody in the gut. Anyway, I put on an Obama mask. All right, guys, so I'm done. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.